Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live by STEM and Space on Spacetopia. My name is Suparna, and today we are going to explore a very interesting topic about a robot that's been our eyes and hands on Mars for over a decade. Okay, and we are going to celebrate its 14th launch anniversary on 26th November. Okay, so now, yes, I know that you all are guessing, but yeah, yes, it is none other than our Curiosity rover. Okay, but before digging deeper into deeper into this topic, let me just remind you all something. On 28th November, we are conducting a Kahoot quiz. Just a minute. We are conducting a Kahoot quiz, and it's actually a November recap quiz. So all the questions will be from all these November sessions, so including this session. Okay, and top three winners will get a chance to get exciting prizes, and participants will get certificates. So if you attended all the previous sessions, great. If not, then don't worry about it. You can go and watch the recorded session on both YouTube and on our website. So let me just tell you something more, that this Kahoot is going to happen on our website, which is www.spacetopia.in. We will put this on the link on the comment box also. So if you're not registered to our website, please do that quickly and get a chance to win exciting prizes and certificates. Okay, so note that from December onwards, all these sessions, you will receive a certificate. So please log in and register to our website. Okay, so now coming back to today's topic, which is Curiosity rover, its curious life on Mars. Okay, so let me just, before I begin the topic, let me just ask all of you, why are we so excited to learn? Why are we so curious to learn about Mars? Let me know in the comments. Everyone, you all can respond why people are actually studying Mars more than all the other planets. We have 8 planets in our solar system, but then why are we so obsessed? Let me know in the comment if you have some thoughts about it. You know that Elon Musk is actually planning to nuke Mars. There are so many newses like that. So why is that? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I can see so many of you are because life could be possible in Mars. Exactly, very good. We know that humans have been looking for habitable planets and looking for trace of life in our solar system for many years. Okay, and Mars remains a major focus because it shows many features that hint it may once have supported life. So that is the exact reason why we are looking or studying Mars. Okay, and there are some other reasons also, because it is similar to Earth. Okay, Mars is similar to Earth in many ways. It's starting from the day length. So we all know what is the length of one Earth day. Let me know in the comments, what is the length of one Earth day in hours? Let me know in the comments. It's actually a very simple question. What is the length of one Earth day in hours? Yes, it is 24 hours, right? One Earth day, it's 24 hours. But do you guys know that even Mars day, one Mars day is been, we called it a Sol. It is 24.6 hours. It's very, very close to our Earth day. So that's why we have similar weather patterns and all those things. So this is just a starting. But apart from day length, even do you know that Mars also has a tilt like our Earth? So we all know that our Earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. And similarly, Mars also has this tilt of 24.9 degree, which is actually the reason why Mars also has 4 seasons like our Earth. Okay, it has fall, summer, winter, and spring. And if you look at the surface, that means the landscape of our Mars, it is also very, very similar to our Earth. It has mountains, valleys, it has dry river beds that suggest that it had flowing water in the past. So there are so many reasons why it is similar. Apart from that, even Mars atmosphere, it's thin compared to our Earth. It has an atmosphere, and 95% of the atmosphere of Mars is filled with carbon dioxide. But still, it has clouds, weather patterns, and wind. Okay, so these are the reason why we are sending so many missions to Mars. We already sent a lot of missions to this interesting planet like satellite. So we studied a lot of about Mars using these satellite, but we wanted to study more about the surface features, okay, in a detailed way. So then we started sending other spacecraft. Like here you can see there are so many spacecrafts like Viking 1, Viking 2, Phoenix, Insight, Perseverance. We send a lot already. Okay. But the thing is, but if you want, do you know that landing on Mars is actually a tough job? So all these are different types of spacecraft. In that, there are so many rovers also. Okay. So these are actually basically for going around the Mars surface and to study different features of Mars. But it is actually a tough job to land something on Mars. Okay, because it has to go through different stages before landing. It is tough, and we call it 7 minutes of terror because that is actually a name for the dramatic landing sequence of the landing of a spacecraft on Mars. Okay, so basically, why this happens is because Mars is far away. So, signal from Mars take 10 to 20 minutes to reach Earth. So during the landing, engineers won't be able to control the spacecraft. So it will be completely automatic. Okay, so it should perform all these steps on its own. And do you know when a spacecraft enter Mars surface, not Mars atmosphere, it will be very fast. Okay, around 20,000 kilometer per hour. So to slow down a fast, something like that fast in 7 minutes, it's just like slowing down a bullet. Okay, so that's why it has so many different stages. As you can see, a parachute is used, and then you can see alignment. It has to have a proper alignment for landing the rover, and it has to go through all these 7 minutes of terror. Okay, but even after that, we are sending a lot of rovers. But why are we sending rovers? We can send flybys, we can send landers, but why rovers? Let me know in the comments, everyone, why we are sending rovers to Mars. Okay, so basically, it's not only one reason. Okay, why we are sending rovers has so many reasons. So let's see some of those reasons. So first and foremost is that we can study about our Mars surface up close. Rovers can move, it can move around different places, it can collect samples. That is one of the other reason why we send rovers. It can collect rocks, soil, and it can collect samples of some air, and it can do in situ experiments. That means it can collect samples and it can do some experiments over there, which gives us more information, which a flyby or a satellite can't do. All right. And it can actually, this is another way, rovers are another way to test certain technologies for future human missions. So when we actually send humans to Mars after a long time, that time we need certain technologies to be tested out before. So that is also reason why we send rovers. Okay, and also one of the other reason why we send rovers is that it can go and reach places humans can't go yet, like inside craters or inside some canyons. Okay, so where now currently with the help of satellites or flybys, we can't go and do research. Those places are covered by rovers. So these are the reason why we send a lot of rovers, and one of those special rovers is our Curiosity. It was launched on November 26, 2011 by a rocket called Atlas V541. Okay, and it was launched from Florida, USA. Right, so now after launching, this launch was a very successful launch. After launching on August 6th, 2012, okay, it landed on a special location on Mars called a Gale crater. Okay, so this Gale crater was actually chosen because of so many reasons. Okay, it was landed over there. It was chosen this particular place because we believe that this particular crater have had condition that may have once hosted life. Okay, so it is believed that about 3.5 billion years ago, a huge meteor struck Mars and formed this crater. And now we call it a Gale crater. So that time it had, our Mars had rain and it had actually water, groundwater. So these groundwater got collected inside these craters and there was a microbial life. It is a belief. Okay, we are actually doing a lot of research and now we have findings also. So now we landed our curiosity inside this crater to see whether that water supported microbial life. Okay, so this is the reason why this Gale crater is a very important place for curiosity. Apart from that, curiosity had so many other mission objectives also. One was to, check if Gale crater had condition for a suitable life. And then it had other objective to investigate Mars atmosphere and to collect other samples like soil, rock, and to study about it. Okay. Now, another objective was to actually see if there are any organic molecules present on Mars, which is actually a potential for life. Okay, which is a building block of life. And last but not least, it was actually sent for collecting data which actually support us for when we are sending future crewed mission to Mars. So these were actually the main objectives of Mars Curiosity rover. Now let's see if our Curiosity rover was able to do some finding and were able to achieve these objectives. Okay. So one thing first, I already told you, it was landed inside the Gale crater. And this is actually a picture taken by Curiosity. As you can see, this particular terrain has some mosaic patterns, right? So I'll just zoom in and show you guys this picture. So these mosaic pattern actually shows that there was water. Okay, it had a lake condition, which of course we know that lake means that will be favorable for microbial life. So this mosaic patterns are actually, or the ripple, this texture is actually telling us that it might had water in the past. Okay, these are some of the findings. So we are actually finding evidence of water and microbial life, and actually Curiosity was able to find it. All right. Now, another picture taken by Curiosity is this. So this place, if you see, this is another picture taken by Curiosity. This is called Marker Brand Valley. And you can see the sand. It's actually, it has rippled texture. Okay, so this rippled texture on rock and this side is actually a clear evidence on water in Mars past. Okay, it might contain microbial life. So that's study, it's still going on. But this clearly Mars had water in the past. Okay, and this is another very good example. So there are some places in Mars which has these clay bearing rocks. So this area you can see here, there are so many clay rocks, and you can see the ripple texture on the sand also. So this actually proves that billions of years ago there were water and there were microbial life. So these are some of the examples, but actually when Curiosity did some sample collection, when they tested it out, it found certain organic molecules on these soils and rocks. This is not a direct proof of microbial life, but it suggests it contains ingredient for, necessary for life. It has this, we all are made up of carbon, hydrocarbons. And here you can see these molecules are also hydrogen and carbon mix. But let me tell you, these are not a direct, proof that microbial life was there, but it might suggest that there might be life. Okay. And apart from this, it didn't take sample from one place. Here you can see Curiosity rover has collected 42 rock samples, and you can see these are the places where it drilled and made holes. So these are the holes from 42 different places. It collected sample, it tested all those soil samples and rock samples. And then it find a very interesting, one more finding. You can see it, apart from doing all these soil sample collection and, and rock collection, it actually did some testing on the atmosphere also. So here you can see this is actually a compound called methane. So we all know methane. On Earth, 90% of methane is actually produced by living organisms, mainly microbes. So it is actually a waste product of their metabolism. Now, on Mars, also you can see methane gas. And there is actually a fluctuation. So it's actually a seasonal fluctuation. As you can see, in spring it's less, in summer it's increasing, and in autumn it's again lowering down, and in winter it's less. Okay, so there is actually a methane gas variability on Mars. And this might indicate, this might be a byproduct of a biological or a geological process. We don't know yet, but this is clearly some evidence. Apart from this, Curiosity did some radiation experiments also. So here you can see these are actually a map of radiation levels of Mars surface. And you can see this scale that the less places with less radiation has this dark blue color, and with places with high radiation has this dark red color. So why we are doing is because these areas of Mars expected to have lower levels of cosmic radiation are the elevation which is the lowest. Okay, so because these areas contains more atmosphere above them, so it blocks most of the radiation. So that under the canyons or under the inside the craters, there you can see less radiation. So this air on Earth, if you see, we have a thick atmosphere that shields us from all these cosmic radiation. On Mars, we know that it has thin atmosphere than our Earth. So it won't block much of the radiation. So the radiation level on Mars surface is compared to Earth, it's high. Okay, but it studied about all these radiation. And the interesting fact about Curiosity is its mission life. Its mission life was just 2 years, but now we are celebrating its 13th, anniversary on Mars. So the rover was still operational, and as of 22 November 2025, Curiosity has been active on Mars for 13 years. Okay, so this is a very important mission for us, for humanity, and it is special. Okay, so now let me just show you all a very interesting website where you can actually see the working and learn a lot about Curiosity rover using some simulation. Okay, so this is actually a NASA website. Let me just quickly take you all through this website. I'll share the link also with you. So it's called Experience the Curiosity. So let me just share my screen again. Yes. As you can see, this website has Curiosity simulation where you can zoom in and zoom out. You will get a 360-degree view of our Curiosity. On the right side, you can see the cameras. Curiosity actually contains 17 cameras, and you will get a perspective from all these cameras. When you move our Curiosity. There are so many controls also. Here you can drive Curiosity. You can just take Curiosity to different places. You can actually control Curiosity by using this button. You can actually move Curiosity. You can see how Curiosity move. Move means the different parts, how it turns and all in real life. Also, but today we will be focusing more on different parts of Curiosity. Okay, so let me just quickly take you all to main important parts. So first, let's see this huge suspension system. So suspension is nothing but we can say skeleton of our Curiosity. It actually has something called as the rocker bogie suspension system. So you can see all these wheels are connected. All 3 wheels on one side is connected, and on the other side it's also connected. And these three wheels are connected by another centerpiece. Okay, but even though they are connected, all these wheels can move in its own direction and its own way. So what is the purpose of this is it gives a stability for the entire Curiosity. Also, it can move through rock and very bad, we can say that tough terrains. Okay, So this is why it has this rocker bogie system. And let me just show you one interesting fact. If you zoom to the wheels of Curiosity, can you see there are some dots, some holes on this Curiosity rover wheels? Any idea what is this? Let me know in the comment. Everyone, let me know in the comments if you know what is these holes on this wheel. Okay, so this is actually a very interesting thing. NASA does this with all its rovers. Sometimes they put names of people, sometimes they put some other stuff. But here, clearly, they carve their names. Okay. So this is actually spelled JPL in Morse code. So these holes are not there just for the pattern. It's actually JPL in Morse code. Yes, I can see in the comments also some of you are saying very good, everyone. It's actually a very fun thing, right? Fun to do. But it's actually whenever rover is moving, it's actually we can stamping the name of JPL on the Mars surface. That is very good. Now, if you come to the next part, you can actually see there are cameras here. So this one is the camera of Curiosity, and there are 17 cameras on it. Okay, some of them for navigation, some of them for hazard avoidance, or some are just for scientific experiments. Okay, so to take scientific data or scientific photos. Now we come to the back side of Curiosity. You can see here, this is actually the battery of Curiosity. So Curiosity had a battery inside it. It has a battery inside it. It is a nuclear powered battery. Okay, so that means it has a power source, plutonium-238 dioxide, which generate heat into electricity. It actually converts heat into electricity. And that's how all the elements, all the different parts of Curiosity is working. Now, if you come to the front, you can see there is actually a robotic arm. And in this website, you can actually control these robotic arms. So this robotic arm is used for drilling and, sometimes for scooping out certain, soil samples, and also for brushing certain rocks. Okay, so basically you can move this robotic arm and you can clearly drill. So there is a driller in the front of this robotic arm, which they use for drilling on the soil to get samples. All right, there are so many other features. You can actually take our Curiosity rover to different location. So this actually are the different location. You can see one, it's labeled also 1, 2, 3, and it took some pictures. I already showed you so many pictures. So you can actually explore this website. This is a very interesting NASA website to learn and study about Curiosity rover. Now, also, I have a very important announcement to make. So I'll share this link before renting. I'll just share the link in the chat, and you can explore this website. But I have another announcement to make. So you all know that if you are following our sessions, you know that NAC is actually live, and its registrations are open. Now, if you don't know what is NAC, it is actually India's biggest astronomy challenge, which is actually an Olympiad for grade students from grade 4 to 9. Okay, and it's not just like any other exam. If you think it's just an exam, it's not like any other exam. We actually provide a lot of engagements before this session. Like we provide a lot of master classes and live sessions. Even we include a lot of activities and quizzes with it. So we actually provide a lot of things. But one main thing about this Olympiad is that we share. Okay, we offer a lot of content also. So we have a grade-wise curriculum for all students. So here, if you go to our website, you can actually go to Astronomy Challenge, National Astronomy Challenge ebook, which is a very interactive ebook. Let me just show you all. You click on read. You can actually see it's actually an interactive book, which include a lot of videos, quizzes, and a lot of information. Okay, so you can go and check it out. Now, every year we take winners will get a special award, and we take them to different astronomy places. Like you can see, 2021 to 22, we took them to ISRO Tumpa. and Aries Nainital. So these are some of the places where we took past winners. But winners from each grade will get a chance to go to, will get a special award, and they will get a chance to go to some astronomy places. So this year, we are actually taking students, I mean the winners, to Udaipur Solar Observatory, which is one of the very important solar research center of Asia. No. So when you get where you will get a chance to actually see and also to interact with top astronomers and scientists. Now, the registrations are open, so you can register through school. So here is actually a link to register through school. And this year you get a chance to actually directly register also. So that option is also available. So don't miss this chance and opportunity. So register fast and be part of this very wonderful program. With that, let me just tell you all that in December, we have a lot of sessions coming up. And I already told you, but let me just remind you all again. On 28th November, we have a Kahoot quiz. Please join you to join this Kahoot quiz, you have to log into our website. We'll share the website link in the chat box. So register and attend this Kahoot quiz where you will get, winners will get exciting prizes and certificates. And also in December, we have so many sessions coming up. So if you're not registered now, please register fast. And then, and then you can enjoy all these interesting stuff. Now, with that, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you all will join for our 28th November Kahoot session. And we will meet in some other very interesting Kahoot, session by STEM and Space. Till then, bye everyone.